Hello, hello! What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and we are at day number 5 of my 31 days of horror movie reviews. And I guess we should just end off the franchise that I've been talking about. And we are at Final Destination 5. This is a 2011 film that was directed by Stephen Quale, or Quale? I don't know. I'm just going to guess and say Quale. This movie technically was never supposed to happen because the last film was called The Final Destination and it was supposed to be the end, but it sucked so bad and it made so much money because everyone thought it was the last one that they decided to make another one. This time we meet the character Sam, played by Nicholas D'Agosto, and he is going on a retreat for his job, and a bunch of these other characters are going on a bus, and the accident, the premonition, happens on this bridge, and the bridge gives way and the whole bridge comes collapsing, and originally they're all supposed to die. Great action sequence of them hanging off the side of the bridge. He's trying to save people, but they're all dying and falling in various ways. Very thrilling. And then he wakes up, he freaks out, he gets people off the bus, and they survive. They narrowly survive this horrific event. So then what happened to the survivors, do you ask? Well, the same damn thing that happens to all of them in all of the movies. Death comes after them one by one to slowly kill them. And what I think of this film, since I ranted and raved on that last one, I have to say that this movie is pretty good. Surprising because, once again, you have that situation where it could get redundant. Maybe to some people it is redundant, but I like these characters more. Let's be honest. Sam, I'm not saying he's my favorite main character, but I do like this actor, Nicholas. I do like the situation that he finds himself in, where he's torn between his relationship with Molly and wanting to salvage that, but he also has this career in being a chef and wanting to go to Paris for his promotion. So he's trying to juggle both, and that's a decent enough conflict. His girlfriend Molly, played by Emma Bell, I remember thinking at first that her character was going to be a bitch because she breaks up with him and it seems like it's over the career, but no, she actually wanted him to chase that career. She didn't want to hold him back from it. So then you go, all right, fine, you know what, she's not a horrible human being. And then of course you see how much Sam wants to protect her. The bridge accident scene is the best part of the movie, I think. Or, you know what, not the best part. There is a twist that I love. But before I get there, the bridge is great because, once again, horror movies don't have budgets like this, or at least most of them don't have budgets like this. So to see this big whole sequence of the bridge collapsing, all of the wires coming off, the ground breaking up, and the whole thing falling, and then characters falling to their deaths, falling in the water, cars falling onto them, even that wide shot of the whole bridge just collapsing and they're watching it knowing that that should have been them. I love the way that looks. I think the CGI looks great, the effects look great. Clearly, whatever budget this movie had, it all went to that opening scene. So that alone I give the film props for. Peter is a character played by Miles Fisher, who everyone says this, so I'm just going to go along because I agree. He looks like Tom Cruise, or the discount Tom Cruise, which is funny because in that parody movie, superhero movie, if anyone saw that, I know that's a random reference, but he's in that movie as Tom Cruise. Anyways, let's talk about him here because he's one of those characters that is sort of douchey, but not necessarily 100% douchey until his girlfriend dies. His girlfriend has this sequence at the gym where she does gymnastics, and you see it's your tension-filled scene, right? Where she's going around and she's hopping around and you're waiting for the moment that's going to kill her. The fan up above, the nails on the thing, or the powder, just all of these moments that could kill her. And then I remember watching this with my friend, and he laughed at the moment where she actually did die. I think it looks still pretty brutal, the way how she just falls and completely breaks her back and snaps it in half, and bones are protruding out. He just thought that it looked really silly. So I looked online and saw that most people agreed with him that it looks really silly. So I guess I'm wrong about that. But when his girlfriend dies, he gets upset and he freaks out and he's mad and he wants answers, and he realizes that this is the first movie in the franchise that introduces a new rule. And I think this was a much needed new rule to freshen this franchise up. I mean, maybe it's awkward that we've never heard about this beforehand, but still, I like the idea nonetheless, where they realized that since they weren't supposed to be here, since they are supposed to be dead, if they kill someone else who has nothing to do with this, they take their spot in life. And so they get to live whatever years that person has, they get to take it. So again, that's interesting, that's compelling, that makes you think, oh wow, all right, there's a twist. So then that forces you as a character to say, would I kill someone in order for me to survive? If I know that I'm supposed to die any moment, but I have a chance to live if only I kill someone else, an innocent person, like the scene where Peter is on the sidewalk and he's able to push a lady in front of a bus and kill her. Isaac, PJ Byrne, he's a character that's just a really douche, unlikable person. He goes to this massage place and he's being an asshole, and his death is really anticlimactic and not really all that interesting. David Koechner, who whenever I see, you just expect comedy from him, and he's the asshole boss, so I guess you get maybe some of that, but he does seem out of place. I'll be honest, he does seem out of place in this horror movie where people are dying left and right, but he's sort of being the jokey, douchey asshole. Other scenes, like the character Olivia, who she goes to get her eyes done, lasered, and then everything that happens there. That doctor who leaves her strapped in with the machine on her eye. What the F, dude? The most incompetent doctor I have ever seen. Does anyone really do that? Tony Todd shows back up, and I loved seeing Tony Todd come back to this franchise. Very needed. I loved him showing up to take the bodies. He's the one who talks to our group and tells them about the rules and tells them about what's going on. Still, because of him being there, I mean, I guess it makes sense that he would be at these scenes because he's collecting the bodies. But the looks that he gives from far away, and as creepy as he's being, I'm still wondering if he's Death himself. But since that's never confirmed, I can't say that he is for sure Death. Now, I'm going to talk about the ending here because I have to. So if you haven't seen this movie, spoilers! So the whole movie, you see Sam talking about this internship, this thing that he's going to take to be a chef in Paris. Him and Molly go on this plane, and they're going to go to Paris. And then, that's when it happens. He hears commotion going on the other side of the plane. You see Devon Sawa, Alex Browning, and Kerr Smith going at each other, being thrown off of the plane. And he's like, that's weird. What's going on there? He asks the stewardess, and she says, oh, yeah, you know, this kid had a crazy premonition that they were going to die and that the plane was going to blow up. This movie is a prequel to all of the movies, but you see that they're on the same plane, the same flight that Alex was in the first movie, and this plane does blow up, and it blows up with our two main characters viciously and horribly dying and burning alive. Brutal, but man, that's one of the best twists, one of the best plot point moments that I think I've seen in not only these movies, but in horror movies in general. I loved it. I saw this in the theater, and it blew my mind, and I think that's one of the reasons why I love this film. It took some risks, it took some chances. It's too bad it didn't make as much money as the previous one, because I think people saw the previous one and said, F these movies, I'm not seeing another movie, Final Destination, anymore. That sucks, because this movie deserved to be seen more. They did ramp up the quality. They did want to treat this like a better franchise, like it should be. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Final Destination Part 5? Do you agree that it's an underappreciated film in the series? Do you like it? Did you like the twist at the end? What was your favorite death moment? Also, since we never got a sequel to this like we were supposed to, I want to know, should the movies explain how are these characters getting their premonitions? We've never dealt with that. We've never really even questioned it till now. But because you have Tony Todd there, or because you have them introducing that new rule of replacing your life, should we delve further into the mythology? Should we find out, is there another entity that's trying to save these kids? Or is death just fucking with them like I was previously saying, and it shows them the results, but then just wants to have fun, toy around, and kill them anyways? Either way, like, comment, subscribe. Later.
Souls taken over by a devilish path. You got me walking on broken glass. Kicking down the door with a Jason mask. With a deck don't machete, but you motherfuckers know it's heavy. Anytime you're ready, you can get you with a Bowie. Setting up to blow me, but the bitch don't know me. Who's going, I'm going, you know.